and we can see what's happening in our scene. So the dragon is doing its first flap up, and then we're going to do a turn to the left. So what I thought would be nice would be to load in our left turn that we animated in the lesson. We might as well just use it, and we'll go to the frame that you can just use the original base flight and then just pull the wing down in the graph editor, but I thought we should just load it on here. I hope that this does it. This is probably also going to break it because it's because we keyed all the controllers. So just go to insert on the studio library. Go to insert. Okay, if you insert it, it doesn't replace the spaces or the keys that are there already. So you can apply that, and it should load the animation straight away. It's done it again. Sorry. So let's just. I must fix this in my scene for future course lessons. So let me just go through and select these spaces and delete them and make them go to the flight con. I hope that loads all of them. It does. Perfect. And with that, by the way, with that setting, so I've selected all the ones that get affected, and what you can do is, if you're in a situation where you don't want to go back and redo everything again, you can copy that code that we've just done. So we've gone and selected, and this is in the script editor in Mel. So we've selected the head controller, blah 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 blah, and we deleted the keys on it, and then we set the parent to 2. That can be a script, so you can load it on here as a Mel script, and then when you click that, next time it should just do it all again for you. Okay, so just so you know, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to give it a name for now. I'll just leave it in case I am in this situation again. All right, so we're doing a left turn, so we're turning with the left wing, which we will fix in a minute, and then we're going to go back into a normal flight. I think we can go into the glide. Yeah, so we're going to go into the glide now. So I will select the content of, I think, so yeah, we did one flap, we did the turn to the left, we're going to glide here, and then we'll go and block out the landing poses in a second. So we're going to take the glide and we're going to insert that at frame, whichever frame this is, can't really see, frame 119. And okay, so it looks like that didn't break anything. Maybe the elbows, I think. Let's just check. Yeah, so okay, the elbows have been keyed again. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to put that at FlightCon. One thing you can do while you're working is you can lock it. So you can lock all the spaces for now while you're bringing everything in, and it won't bring in the key onto that those spaces for you. Cool. Let's see what happens here. It's all good. And then we're going into the glide, blue, 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 blue. And then, yeah, we have a 500 frame shot. So once we go around the corner, we'll correct all that. Cool. So the next thing I want to do is to go, let me just go to the FlightCon. Okay, so I'm going to select it, and I'm going to just minimize this for now. Now what I want to do is be sort of behind and on top of the dragon, and just animate in the axis the flight controller. Now be careful, sometimes, and this is just, it's not just our rig, it's just Maya in general, you get into a lot of gimbal rotation issues, and it can get really frustrating and annoying. We can also see that by the way, the time slider already has keys on that controller because we had them already when we exported the animation. So I'm going to delete the keys on the flight con. And I'm just going to bring that down nice and small. I'm going to start to rotate the dragon in the direction that I want it to be flying in. So here, and then what you want to do when you're flying is always, so try to remember that the dragon's body is flying in that direction. So you want to keep more or less the dragon, the chest and the head, maybe most of all, on the path, and then the tail will be delayed later. So we're going to rotate the flight con down like this so that the head is more or less pointing along the path. And then I'm going to set the keyframe. Okay, we're going to follow along, and we're just going to bank in the animation. So we can go to frame 25 maybe and rotate a little bit of Y, a little bit of Z, and keep it on, keep the X curve nice and low as it's climbing. And here is this turn to the left. So at frame 60, what I want to do is start to rotate the dragon sideways and roll it in Z. Okay, now this is where we might start to get into some issues with the gimbal rotations, but we can correct that a bit later, especially when we're flipping around this curve here. Okay, so here at 90, so I'll set a key at 60, and let's say 90. I'm also going to continue the rotation sideways so that we're following the path more or less in that direction. You can see we're starting to, I think it's okay for now. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, and then let's go to 120, and we're going to rotate again, following the path with the head, making sure we're lined up correctly. And 150, just continue the rotation. Okay,